There is a moment in every conversation where power shifts. Most people never see it. They're too busy talking, too busy explaining, too busy proving themselves. But the moment exists, and it's marked by one thing: silence. Not awkward silence, not uncertain silence. Strategic silence, the kind of silence that makes people uncomfortable, the kind that forces them to reveal more than they intended, the kind that transfers power without a single word being spoken. Machiavelli understood this perfectly. He knew that the man who speaks first loses. The man who speaks most loses more, but the man who speaks last, after listening to everything, controls the outcome. This is not about being quiet. Quiet people are ignored. This is about weaponizing silence as a tool of dominance. By the end of this video, you will understand the 5 dimensions of strategic silence. You will learn when to deploy it, how to deploy it, and why it's the most powerful tool in your arsenal. If you're ready to stop filling gaps with nervous words and start controlling conversations with calculated silence, keep watching. If not, keep talking yourself into mediocrity. Let's begin. Here's what you need to understand first. Strategic silence is not passive, it's active. It's not the absence of communication. It's a form of communication. And what it communicates is this: I don't need to prove myself to you. I don't need your approval. I don't need to fill the space with words to feel secure. I am comfortable in the tension, and that comfort in tension is terrifying to people who aren't, because most people can't tolerate silence. Their brain interprets it as rejection, as disapproval, as social failure, so they rush to fill it. And in rushing, they give away everything: their position, their weaknesses, their desperation, while you stay silent and collect intelligence. Research from MIT shows that pauses of just 4 seconds in conversation create significant psychological pressure. 4 seconds. That's all it takes to make someone uncomfortable enough to reveal something they didn't plan to reveal. And you're about to learn how to use that pressure strategically. Machiavelli wrote that the appearance of indifference is often more powerful than the display of strength. Your silence is your indifference, and indifference is power. Dimension 1, the negotiation pause. Here's where most people lose money. In negotiations, they make an offer, and then they immediately justify it. They explain why it's fair. They list the reasons. They fill the silence. And in filling the silence, they negotiate against themselves, because every word after your offer weakens your position. It signals doubt. It signals flexibility. It signals that you're willing to go lower, and the person across from you hears that, so they wait. They stay silent, and you keep talking. You drop your price. You add more value. You give concessions they never asked for, all because you couldn't tolerate 4 seconds of silence. Here's how strategic silence works in negotiations. You make your offer, you state it clearly, 1 sentence. Then you stop talking completely. You don't explain, you don't justify, you don't fill the gap. You just wait. And the silence becomes unbearable for them. Not for you, for them, because they're waiting for you to continue, to give them ammunition, to show weakness, but you give them nothing, just silence. And in that silence, pressure builds. They start to wonder if they misunderstood, if your offer is non-negotiable, if they need to accept or lose the deal entirely. And often they accept, not because your offer was the best they could get, but because your silence made them believe it was the only one they would get. Research on negotiation tactics shows that the party who speaks first after an offer loses 65% of the time. 65%. Because speaking first signals anxiety, and anxiety is weakness. Machiavelli said that he who appears most indifferent to the outcome controls the outcome. Make your offer, then become indifferent through silence. Dimension 2, the accusation void. Here's where strategic silence becomes a weapon. Someone accuses you of something. In a meeting, in a conversation, in public, and everyone watches to see how you'll respond. Most people respond immediately. They defend, they explain, they get emotional, and in doing so, they validate the accusation because defense implies there's something to defend against. But strategic silence does something different. Someone accuses you. You pause, you look at them, not with anger, not with fear, with calm assessment. You say nothing. You let the accusation hang in the air, unanswered, unacknowledged. and something happens. The room gets uncomfortable, not for you, for the accuser, because they expected a reaction, they expected you to engage, they expected emotion, but you gave them nothing, and that nothing forces them to either escalate or retreat. If they escalate, they look desperate. If they retreat, they look foolish. Either way, you win, because your silence communicated something powerful. This accusation is beneath my acknowledgement. Responding would dignify something unworthy of dignity. I operate at a level where this doesn't matter, and everyone in the room feels it. Research on conflict dynamics shows that silence in response to provocation is perceived as high-status behavior, because only secure people can remain silent when attacked. Insecure people must defend. Secure people no need to. Machiavelli wrote that the prince who responds to every insult wastes his energy on those beneath him. Stay silent. Stay above. Dimension 3. The listening harvest. Here's what powerful people know that others don't. Every conversation is intelligence gathering, and you can't gather intelligence while you're talking. You can only gather it while you're listening. Strategic silence in conversations is active listening with purpose. You're not just hearing words. You're analyzing patterns. You're noting contradictions. You're identifying what they're not saying. You're watching body language. You're tracking emotional shifts, and you're building a psychological profile in real time while they think you're just being a good listener. Here's how this works. Someone is talking to you, explaining something, telling a story, making an argument, and you stay silent. You don't interrupt. You don't offer opinions. You don't inject your own experiences. You just listen, and occasionally you pause before responding. Not because you don't know what to say, because you want them to keep talking, and they do. Because humans interpret pauses as interest, as engagement, as permission to continue. So they reveal more, they elaborate, they share details they didn't plan to share, and you absorb all of it. Now you know things about them they didn't realize they revealed. Their fears, their weaknesses, their desires, and that information becomes leverage, not immediately, but later, when you need it. Research on conversational dynamics shows that people reveal 70% more information to silent listeners than to active conversationalists, 70% more, because silence creates a vacuum, and humans compulsively fill vacuums. Machiavelli advised the wise prince learns his subject's secrets by listening more than speaking. Your silence is your education. Their words are your textbook. Dimension 4, the decision delay. Here's where strategic silence protects you from manipulation. Someone asks you for something, a commitment, a decision, an answer, and they want it now. They create urgency. They pressure you. They make it seem like delaying is weakness or uncertainty. But strategic silence knows better. Immediate answers are almost always bad answers, because immediate answers are emotional answers, and emotional answers benefit the person asking, not the person answering. Here's the move. Someone asks you for something, you pause. Not a short pause, a long one, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, however long it takes for them to get uncomfortable. Then you say, I need to think about that. Not, let me think about that, but I need to think about that. The first version is asking permission. The second version is stating a fact. And then you go silent again. You don't elaborate. You don't explain why you need time. You don't apologize for not answering immediately. You just state your boundary and stop talking. This does two things. First, it gives you time to think without pressure, to analyze the request, to consider the implications, to evaluate whether it serves you. Second, it signals that you're not reactive, that you don't make decisions based on someone else's urgency, that you operate on your timeline, not theirs. And that signal is powerful, because people respect those who can't be rushed. Research on decision-making shows that decisions made after a delay of at least 60 seconds are 40% more likely to align with long-term interests. Immediate decisions serve immediate emotions. Delayed decisions serve strategic outcomes. Machiavelli said that the prince who must decide in haste is already defeated. Never decide in haste. Always use silence to create time. Dimension 5. The power of the unexplained exit. Here's the final dimension, and the most devastating. Strategic silence extends beyond words. It extends to presence, specifically withdrawal of presence, without explanation. Here's how this works. You're in a conversation that's not serving you, a meeting that's wasting your time, a relationship that's draining your energy, and most people stay because they don't want to be rude. They don't want to create conflict. They don't want to explain why they're leaving, so they endure. And in enduring, they lose power. But strategic silence takes a different approach. You simply leave, not dramatically, quietly. You stand up, you exit, and you offer no explanation, no apology, no justification, just absence. This creates massive psychological impact because unexplained exits force people to create their own narratives, and those narratives are almost always more impactful than any explanation you could give. They wonder, did I say something wrong? Did I offend them? Are they upset with me? Do they think I'm not worth their time? And that wondering gives you power because they're now focused on winning back your attention, your approval, your presence, which means the dynamic has flipped. They're chasing, you're choosing. This works in romantic relationships. When someone takes you for granted, you disappear without explanation. This works in professional setting. When someone wastes your time, you leave the meeting early without justifying it. This works in friendships. When someone disrespects you, you become unavailable without explaining why. And in every case, your silent exit communicates more than words ever could. Research on relationship dynamics shows that unexplained withdrawal creates more behavioral change than explained confrontation, because confrontation can be argued with, silence cannot. Machiavelli wrote that the prince who explains his displeasure gives his enemies ammunition. The prince who simply withdraws gives them nothing but uncertainty, and uncertainty is torture. Now let's talk about when not to use strategic silence, because strategic silence is not appropriate in every situation. Here's when you speak immediately, when someone needs help and you can provide it, when clarity prevents unnecessary harm, when silence would be interpreted as agreement with something you oppose, when someone is genuinely seeking understanding, not trying to manipulate you. Strategic silence is a tool for power dynamics, not for genuine human connection. Know the difference. With people you trust, be open. With people you're assessing, be silent. With people trying to manipulate you, be strategically silent. The key is reading the context and responding with intention, not habit. Most people talk by habit. You're going to be silent by strategy. Here's your implementation plan. Starting tomorrow, implement the 4-second rule. Every time someone asks you a question, wait 4 seconds before responding. Count in your head. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then respond. This breaks your habit of immediate response and trains you to tolerate the tension of silence. In your next negotiation, make your offer and then count to 30 in your head. 30 full seconds of silence. Don't break it. No matter how uncomfortable it gets, let them be the first to speak and watch how often they negotiate against themselves. The next time someone accuses you of something, don't respond immediately. Pause for 10 seconds, look at them calmly, then decide if the accusation deserves a response. Often it doesn't, and your silence will communicate that more powerfully than any defense. In conversations, start listening with the intent to gather intelligence, not to respond, not to share your own story, to learn theirs, and stay silent 70% of the conversation. Let them do the talking, you do the learning. And finally, practice the unexplained exit. The next time you're in a situation that doesn't serve you, leave without explanation, without apology. Just exit, and notice how much power that gives you. Do these 5 exercises for 30 days, and you'll notice something. People start treating you differently, with more respect, more caution, more curiosity, because you're no longer predictable. You're no longer reactive. You're no longer easy to read. You become strategically silent, and strategic silence is the language of power. Machiavelli wrote that the greatest leaders are often those who speak the least but are heard the most. You're about to become one of them, but understand something critical. Strategic silence is not about being cold. It's about being controlled. It's not about being distant. It's about being deliberate. It's not about withholding connection. It's about choosing when and how to connect based on strategy, not impulse. This makes you more powerful, more valuable, more respected, and ultimately more free, because you're no longer controlled by the need to fill every gap with words. You're comfortable in the silence, and that comfort is dominance. If this changed how you see communication, understand something. There's a deeper level to this. Advanced silence techniques for specific contexts, how to combine silence with other power dynamics, how to read when silence is being used against you, and how to counter it. That knowledge exists, but it's not public. It's behind the join button. Subscribe to this channel if you want to keep learning, but click join if you want the masterclass. Most people won't. They'll keep filling silence with nervous chatter, and they'll keep losing power with every word. But you're different. Now go, practice the pause, master the silence, and watch the world start bending to your rhythm. Because when you control the silence, you control the conversation. And when you control the conversation, you control everything.